Before a user starts designing a specification, they need to know what method of construction to use, what performance level to build to, and what materials and construction details to use. This information is essential if design compliance is to be achieved. The design section of the website is a design calculator that is interfaced with an approved online SAP 2012 and is accessed free of charge through a member's administration page. A member can design and store an unlimited number of projects on their administration page. A project is set up by clicking on New Design Specification. The user inputs the project details. The country and region is used by the SAP 2012 to calculate the performance of the building. It is important that the user inputs the number of dwelling types at this stage because the software will only allow the number of projects shown to be imported into the online building control system, and each dwelling needs to be individually registered. It is important the user answers the questions 1 to 8 correctly, as these decisions determine the PSI values used to calculate the individual thermal bridge, what technical data and typical details are presented to the user during the design process, and what structural and insulation materials are presented in the U-value calculators. In this particular project, the dwelling is full fill, it is attached, there is no flat roof, the insulation is below the floor slab, and it has timber floor joists. With question 6, and with the introduction of the new fee standard, it is important that the user chooses the robust or enhanced details, as the ACDs and the default figures in SAP are not enough to achieve the new fee standard. With question 7, the user needs to decide on what profile is to be taken with the insulation and air barrier. The rule of thumb is that if the dwelling is a ground or mid-floor apartment, take this option. If the dwelling has a flat ceiling with no room in the roof, then the flat ceiling option should be taken. If the dwelling is a dormer or a story and a half with a room in the roof, then the profile option should be considered. If the dwelling is semi-detached, if the dwelling has a basement, click here. If the dwelling is an apartment, choose one of these 4 options. If the dwelling is mid-terraced, semi-detached or detached, click on all other dwellings. Whichever choice is taken, you should always click on save. The user needs to confirm that they are happy with the choices made, as they will determine the design tools and technical data presented during the design process. If during the design process the user wants to change any answer, they will need to cancel the calculator and set up a new one.